I'm offering a pick a card reading, and as always, please explore what resonates within. Let this be a perspective to explore your own inner awareness, your own inner landscape, not to take away from. And today at the head of the table is a tower moment. So I do have a short video on what a tower moment is, but I'm taking this as rebuilding. And so when things change, how can you see the opportunity to stand your ground, plant new seeds, and blossom into the love and abundance and beauty you are? So just like when light comes into a cave and the bats escape, how are the shadows able to release and you are able to see clearly and come into your truth based on the changes? So what feels like is unraveling could be a blessing. And so looking at what are you rebuilding? How can you bring loving awareness to the experience you're having at this moment? So we'll take a look at the after tarot, and I have a playing card deck and another oracle deck out for you. Timestamps will be listed below. Thank you so much for listening, liking, and subscribing. What's on your mind of late? And perhaps the answers aren't between your ears, but somewhere deeper within your heart and soul. Fill your cup. You cannot give what you do not have. So what feels good? So sometimes we can't think our way through a situation. We actually have to bring some joy, love, and laughter, or take a break, walk away. And so rather than like coming in at this tunnel vision and solely focusing on what's wrong, how do I fix this, what do I do, it's kind of like taking that vacation when you think you don't have the time and money. Now, I'm not saying exhaust your resources. What I'm saying is, how can you lighten your load? How can you fill your cup? And this change could have been a catalyst to remind you of how important your own self-care and loving awareness is from you to you. You cannot give from an empty cup. Cards are falling out. 5. What's changing? What's challenging at the energetic level? What needs to be laid to rest? And I give patience, and I get the sense of having patience with yourself, not really other people. And this taking care of you. And how can you bring light and color into the situation? Light and love. And notice how the temperance is just pouring love in. So how's the divine willing to pour love into you, but you have to receive it? And rather than feeling like down and out. So if you're a leader of a team, of a community, your presence, your full cup is imperative to the growth of those around you. And the divine is here to support and pour into you. Something needs to be laid to rest in the mental body to bring that through. Cave. Maybe it is about going into your cave, your human cave, she shed, man cave, whatever it is for you that you do. Like you tinker with things in whether it's woodworking, building a boat, or have this little dollhouse that you work on, whatever it is. How can you kind of turn your mind to something else that fills you to then rebuild? To rebuild. It's about rebuilding. It's not about what got torn away. That's like wiping the slate clean. Have patience, my love, because there is so much more for you. And just like Temperance card is offering, someone else could be offering love to you. Will you receive it? Are you standing your ground based on some other external circumstance? Or is this idea of lack overriding what's possible with this rebuilding option? You have another 5 years as a bottom deck energy again. Again, looking at the thoughts and change. 2 5s are asking for change. The 4 is about stability. And sometimes control, delete, pause, reset, play, fun are part of what you need to overcome and to bring you into loving awareness to this change. The Joker says anything is possible, but it's how you play your hand, how you fill your cup that brings in what you need. Are you going to keep spinning your wheels? You wouldn't drive on a flat tire. You wouldn't drive down the freeway on a quarter tank of gas. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't go on a trip without changing your oil. Like, your body, your heart and soul needs the same connection that you would give other parts of your life. Just like doing the laundry. Do your due diligence, do your self-care. Loving awareness is huge right now. And this full cup comes from the divine. And the divine wants to give that to you. The divine's been telling you, nudging you along. And it took to this point for you to start to listen. Keep thinking about bringing color in. Color in. So it could be like balancing the chakras. Something of the sort. And notice how this was actually come out upside down. Your world might feel like it's turned upside down, but I get a sense it's a blessing. Balance your energy. And I'm seeing someone like on a balance beam. Now I've never done gymnastics. So it's like you could have been out of balance, and that's what created this tower moment. And now you let in, and the mental body's been overriding what the emotional body and energetic body need. Aww. Bottom deck. Choose what makes you happy. What fills your cup, my love? Oh my goodness, good. Oh, it fell out. It says start from the bottom this time. Embrace your inner and outer beauty. So what you might perceive, like if you haven't let yourself rest because you've been like overdoing or think you need to build or do more, Divine's saying you're good and you're good. Give to you. And people see through to your inner beauty. And if you don't identify with beauty, maybe it is your handsomeness or whatever adjective you want to bring in that is equivalent to the word of beauty. Follow what lights you up. So with the image here, it's just saying like more of like that dreamy aspect. Okay, and so you're learning in the moments that you allow yourself to rest and let go of perfection. There's no such thing as perfect people. Like, you're good enough. It's good. So take a chance. Take a chance on that change you want to make. There's a wild card here, but you have to let it in and see it through. Will you spread your wings and open up to the love, to the magic, the change that the divine is offering you? And it might come in a package that is different than what you expected or anticipated. And that could be challenging your own self-worth and self-esteem. And it could be breaking open what you believed. It's like dream bigger energy. Like, hell yeah, you're worth it. Keep growing, keep going. Patience. The change is going to take time, but it's finding a new way to love you. A new way to allow love in. A new way to embrace the divine that is you. And this new loving awareness. of being human on this planet today. Seems amazing. Well, thank you for your listening. I do hope this served well. Sentinel. Give me, you barely scratched the surface. Barely scratched the surface. So this could be like the beginning of what feels like this huge revelation or awakening. Is just the beginning to what is possible for you. This is why I prefer to shuffle on camera. It's got to be annoying, the sound. Or perhaps the timing, I don't know. But I like get something from the process of. So again, barely scratching the surface. The light of love. Remember the light that you are. Remember what brought you here. Remember what brings you joy. Remember laughter. And while there might not be utopia here on this planet in this lifetime, you remember a time and place where utopia is what every cell in your body knew to be true. And now allowing blessings, love, and the strategy on the human plane in this dense, like in the organism you are today, different from the starseeder generations that you incarnated in before you landed here. There was a purpose, there is a strategy, there is a loving awareness that you're bringing to this planet, and all that lights you up is what you need to listen and remember that. Remember your calling, remember your ancestors. Perhaps you are a shaman, perhaps there is some wisdom to bring in, perhaps you are working in the angelic field. Continue to listen and embrace that part of you, that wisdom, the chalice, blessings. It's all here for you. And perhaps what's opening up, it's less of like a fumble and more of like an opening up, like an eggshell. But instead, like I'm seeing the eggshell open up, but it's more like I'm seeing a plant. I'm going to take this split. So you can follow what your brain says, right? The brain. Sometimes I wonder, is like when we're incarnated here, like all the lifetimes that were past, it's like our cellular body, our emotional body, our radiant body, if we go through, I can't remember right now in this moment all the 10 bodies that Yogi Bhajan talked about, but it's like the mental body didn't get the message that other parts of ourselves need. So it's like, okay, give up this resistance and allow this new fresh start, okay? And take a chance on life. Take a chance on what you feel. Take a chance on love. Take a chance. And this is what fell out, or what kind of split the deck, on your own personal power. And sit in this possibility of your awakening, of closing out these cycles, and perhaps past life regression. Hypnosis would be good for you, and let yourself fall into this light. Let yourself explore in this incarnation, not as like a task, but more of your free will of saying, my soul signed up for this in this lifetime, and here I go, here I grow, and I am willing to let go of the baggage when I think I need to hold on to, because Spirit has a landing place for me. And it's like if we were to play Russian roulette, you would just laugh because you trust that much in what the angels have in store for you. You trust that much in your own seat, wisdom, strength, and fire. They want me to leave that down. Possibilities are endless within, like, this is all major arcana, and the only thing holding up is this 5 of Swords, this mental body, this mental clutter, and the resistance of how you're letting light in. The light has been kind of nudging you, saying, here we go. Oh, you don't believe your power? Let me show you again who you are. Oh, you forgot again how awesome you are. Let me show you again. And it's starting to add up to where I think you're like, it's almost like that Lieutenant Dan having that fight on the boat where he makes peace. It's like that last bit that needs to be washed away in the mental body to say, okay, I'm going to take my seat in this lifetime and I'm going to trust in my wisdom. I'm going to play this game of life in this lifetime and start anew. The Fool, just like in yoga, they talk about like child's pose being like the wisdom pose. The Fool is not a fool as in foolish for this way they behave or do or act. It's more like leap of faith, taking a chance. It's like opening your heart to love and having fun, knowing, okay, I could get hurt or I could just open up to something new. Yeah, I could take a chance and invest in a new journey or stay comfortable. And Spirit's already pulled you out of your comfort zone. Queen of Swords, be that, speak up. So instead of battling the mind, it's more of like your words have wisdom, your voice matters, to then negotiate abundance, to then direct how this wheel turns. Perhaps the thoughts in the mind, mantra, or what you speak comes into existence when it comes through with high vibrational frequency, when it comes with good intention, when it's starting anew rather than in this pattern. So the divine has brought a close to this pattern, and you can keep running back. You can begin again because your power, your wisdom, and your abundance is clear. It's here. You're that attuned now through the light that your words and your actions and your thoughts are manifesting whatever it is. So be very conscious of what you speak into existence, how you speak to others, how you speak to yourself, and what you speak to the divine. Ooh, I like this. Make your own magic. Ooh, who are you manifesting? What are you manifesting? I get a sense of who. You can have whatever you want. It's okay to go after what you want. It might just want you to. Aww. Aww, that's so sweet. So perhaps it is taking a chance on love and being willing to stop second guessing that what you want is here and speak your truth. And perhaps, like, there isn't any cups on the board. So I think less is speaking your feelings. Your feelings might be known as like speaking what you want, speaking your truth. Oh, I'm feeling that in the third eye. And then that allows you to co-create this abundance and allow, as you speak it to your partner, to the divine, or to whoever you're working with, then the passion starts to come through. The mental body will no longer block you to, and it will allow you to move forward. What are your passions? What do you want to build? What do you want to grow? And are you willing to let go of the past to bring in a new light and love program, desire for you? Go after it. What you want wants you to. This is magical. Sending lots of light and love. Thank you for listening. They're saying just a matter of time. Don't get caught up in your mental framework. Where justice is coming to mind. As injustice is on your side, not to be fearful of the changes that are coming to light. And when I think of that, it's also like not being afraid to ruffle some feathers. Whether you are that peacock strutting your stuff to call on your mate, or whether you know that some people will not be happy with your decision. And that's okay. Wild nature, release yourself, run wild and free. How awesome is that? So just, are you a pack leader? And maybe it's time for someone new. Secrets in the dark. Perhaps you are the red pill. And it's, love here for you. And going in to allow yourself to see that love is why you're here, why we're here, this connection that you seek, this change and challenge. And this could be love from you to you, could be a new spark of love from the divine. I'm reluctant to just speak on love, but that's what's coming up. Last reading as well. 5 Pentacles, 4 Swords. This idea that you will always be abandoned needs to be laid to rest. That, or holding to be alone, or holding that you always will be alone, needs to be laid to rest. This is beautiful. I mean, the moon card is kind of like this howl at the moon. And it's like following the tides and flow. And so sometimes we open up to let love in. And sometimes we go in to just check in. And so allow yourself to check in. Are you resisting the offer of love because you're afraid? And normally the 9 of Swords is about fear, but with the 5 of Pentacles and the 4, that does still to 9, but it's like 5 of Pentacles is like left out in the cold, abandonment. The 4 is like something needs to be laid to rest. So go in and check in to shed those layers, to let yourself love wildly, love freely, and have fun at night. Whether it is your dream or whatever's going on, be safe. Health conscious, but what magnetizes you? And are you willing to give that offer? Are you willing to be that light in the dark? Are you willing to illuminate the flow that you illuminate your feelings? Because the moon, controls the tides, and whatever you've been resisting is like being pulled away to say, it's time. Bottom deck. Listen to your intuitive signals. They're real and will guide you in the right direction. So perhaps with this card, there's one more card that flipped out I gotta pick up. You get the sense that you've found your mate and the offering isn't there yet, but yet things are crumbling to reassure you that it's there. Notice the hermit and she turn in two different directions. Notice the two dogs move, both look in the direction of the cup. So loyal to the love offering, light and dark, shadow and light. And it is perhaps the divine masculine, divine feminine kind of moving in opposite directions at present to regroup, to receive this love wholeheartedly. Let's see what dropped out. This is beautiful with the moon. Ask your dreams a question and when you need an answer. So if you're not sure, check in. Allow yourself to embrace, and as you go to sleep, ask for the confusion to be cleared. Allow clarity to come through. And rather than look away from each other, look in a little deeper in the dark in the night and trust that what you feel and sense, like some of it could be beyond what the mind says. And so letting that rest, letting that much rest, how the mind might get in the way. And so that one, you think of Ace of Swords as a clarity, 3 of the pain, and the 5 is left out in the cold. The Ace of Hearts says, the Ace of Cups says, love is here for you. Trust it and build it on another level, not in the 3D level. This love might not have been grounded in the 3D yet, and yet it's here. And you too might have work to do on opposite sides of the spectrum, but continue to maintain loyalty to true, authentic love. And let the stars light the way and continue to transmute the energies of the past, transmute with forgiveness of the past, so that this cup of love comes in with true authenticity. Believe it's possible. Keep connecting on other levels than the 3D to what you feel, because it's here. It just might not have been spoken between you two yet. But trust. Sending lots of light and love. Satnam. Forgiveness might be in order here in this connection or in life in general at this moment. Things do take time to process, to see. Use and manage your energy wisely. I had a card fall out. Unconditional love. You are worthy exactly who you are. So what happened in the past, I get the sense that if there's like a heartbreak or something, that doesn't define who you are and what you're worthy of receiving. Allow yourself to be replenished from the divine. Death card fell out. Let's see what's bottom deck. Higher order. So something more wants to come through. So either it's like mind games or playing small. Something needs to be laid to rest, and the spirit has put an end to it with the Tower card here. Maybe if there was a connection you were holding to wasn't true love, and now you're learning to give unconditional love to yourself, commit to yourself, or perhaps whatever was happening in a connection you're in that wasn't true to you is now being transformed into a higher commitment, or ending to whatever playful patterns were in the past to true spiritual connection. So opposite ends of the spectrum of ending and new beginnings with higher order here. What does unconditional love mean to you, and how has it been brought forth to you? Reciprocity, challenge, overcoming any adversity, releasing any fears. So putting an end to the fear that you're not worthy of love, putting an end to how your thoughts or the past trip you up, to really let something in. So to me, the Six of Diamonds, the Six of Pentacles is about this like flow of love and connection. So ending the fear and allowing love to flow, allowing higher order and spiritual connection to flow. This is pretty straightforward, I get the sense. Your true wisdom will shine through once you decide to let go of all these thoughts in the mind and see what's really here on the material plane. How has unconditional love been shown to you? And perhaps, you know, sometimes when I think about unconditional love, some of us don't know what that is. Share your prayers. So with receptivity, it's like stop holding back because you're afraid. Bottom deck here. Allow yourself to connect with what you are passionate about, and it's illuminating in new cycles. And so what keeps you up at night? Afraid to speak, afraid to let go of. Maybe you're catastrophizing things, and maybe part of that is the filter of the past, this lifetime or the last, or, you know, putting up red flags when they're not there. Or perhaps the conversation needs to be had about what red flags are kind of calling your attention, so that both of you understand your triggers. Not that you're responsible to prevent each other's triggers, but you understand what they are. And maybe that conversation and talking those out, what seems like red flags that's kind of pulling you back, maybe you two can talk about it, and perhaps, you know, both your past and their past lined up in a way that would probably surprise you. So to me, this is like that heart-to-heart conversation, and as you talk here at the ground level through the emotional body, you'll rise up together, and spirit is here kind of nudging you along, saying speak up and put an end to these fears, speak about these fears, speak about these pasts, and you're going to see how connected you are and how your pasts have lined up, and we're going to put an end to the past to bring in unconditional love and commitment. Allow yourself to love and be loved, to be that energy of love. And by having these conversations and letting go of the thoughts and letting those thoughts are going to subside as you have these conversations and allow yourself to connect. It's time to share who you really are and let go of what you weren't and what you've catastrophized in your own brain, because you're going to see that a lot more love is here for you with these conversations. And, you know, it might not be with a connection you're in, it might be with a friend, a mentor, or, you know, a professional that's going to help you put an end to this, to then learn what it's like to receive love and make a deeper commitment to unconditional love rather than the pains of the past. I do hope this started well, sending lots of love and light your way. Thank you for listening.